I've lived in rural Illinois my entire life, surrounded by endless fields of corn that stretch as far as the eye can see. As a child, I would often explore these fields, playing hide and seek among the tall, green stalks with my friends. But as I grew older, the cornfields began to feel less like a playground and more like a reminder of the isolation that comes with living in the middle of nowhere. I started to avoid them, preferring to stay close to home where the only sounds were the creaks and groans of our old farmhouse. That was until last summer, when I saw it. I was driving home from work, the sun beating down on my car as I wound my way down the rural highway. The cornfields stretched out on either side of me, a sea of green that seemed to glow in the fading light. As I rounded a curve, I caught sight of a figure standing in the middle of the field. At first, I thought it was just a farmer, maybe checking on his crop or fixing a broken fence. But as I drew closer, I realized that something was off. The figure wasn't moving, wasn't even swaying in the breeze. It was just standing there, tall and still, like a statue carved from the corn itself. I felt a shiver run down my spine as I passed by, wondering who it could be and what they were doing out there all alone. Over the next few days, I saw the figure again and again, always in the same spot, always motionless. I started to feel a creeping sense of dread, like something was watching me from the cornfield. I tried to avoid driving by the field, but it was the most direct route home and I couldn't bring myself to take the long way. One night, I decided to stop and investigate. I pulled over to the side of the road and got out of my car, the only sound the rustling of the corn in the wind. As I walked into the field, the figure came into view, its presence seeming to fill the entire space. I approached it cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest, but as I drew closer, I realized that the figure wasn't a person at all. It was a statue, carved from a single piece of wood, its face twisted into a grotesque grin. I stumbled backward, tripping over my own feet as I fell to the ground. As I looked up, I saw that the statue was surrounded by other, smaller figures, each one carved with the same twisted face. And then I heard the whispering, a low, raspy sound that seemed to come from all around me. "We've been waiting," it said. "We've been waiting for you." I scrambled to my feet and ran, not stopping until I was back in my car, speeding away from the cornfield as fast as I could. I never went back, never drove by that field again. But sometimes, in my dreams, I still see the figure standing there, watching me, waiting for me to return. And when I wake up, I'm left with the feeling that I'm not alone, that something is still out there, waiting for me in the corn.